What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have Kyle Larson's 2024 Coca-Cola 600 paint scheme, or is it Justin Allgaier? As a Larson fan, I truly don't know. But regardless, let's go into the Diecast review. Alright, fellas, outside of the Diecast box, and what a beautiful paint scheme here in the studio. So there's 3 variants of this paint scheme apparently going to be released. Well, 2 of them are already out. We're holding one of them. The other is going to be the Brickyard 400 win. Now, how did this paint scheme start off as a IndyCar, NASCAR doubleheader paint scheme, and then end up winning the Brickyard? I have no idea, but we're here. So the 3 variants of this car, you have the extremely early release, compared to today's NASCAR Diecast releases. It was very early, which was dropped in December 2023, and it was this paint scheme. But no salutes, logos, nothing. It was the exact paint scheme pretty much he ran at Indy. So they dropped that diecast there, did a diecast review on that. You could check it out. And then they released this one, which is based off the Coke 600 paint scheme, or technically Justin Allgaier. And then the third one's going to be the Indy raced win, I believe. So it's got a lot of history to it. This is going to be one of those paint schemes you're going to look back maybe 10, 15 years from now and be like, wow, there is so much lore and history with this particular paint scheme. So go to the front windscreen here. You have your Patriotic window banner that, depending who you pick, Kyle Larson or Allgaier drove. Got HendrickCars.com right there. Go to the front of the diecast. Got that papaya orange. Is that what they call it? Papaya orange. Fantastic looking stuff. Got the number 5 right there. Sudoku. Go to the left side of the diecast. Now, I've seen a little bit of a render for the 2025 IndyCar. Apparently, it got leaked. I think it was something to do with, like, green light. Or not green light. Whoever's doing the, I don't know. Actually, I don't know where it got leaked. I don't know if it was from the new diecast maker for IndyCar, or it was maybe something to do with their Indy promotion. I have no idea. But apparently, somehow, someway, Kyle Larson's paint scheme got leaked. I'm not sure 100% if it's the exact one. Might have been one of, like, 3 or 4 different choices. You never really know. But anyways, that's going to be fascinating to see if they're going to change the Cup Series paint scheme. And if they do, how much are they going to change it? So the left side of the diecast, get the beautiful blue, white, and papaya orange. Got HendrickCars.com. I love how the stripes start over here and they go through the rear fender well. I like that. It just really uses a lot of retail space. Got Goodyear Cup Series NASCAR salutes. Got your Patriotic tires on here. This is a diecast chassis variant. And one thing I really like about the diecast chassis is they roll so well, man. Like, real talk, the plastic ones, they roll really good. But the metal, it's a little bit smoother. So the axle rod itself, it has less friction, right? So it rolls a little bit smoother. And then the metal is structured, right? It's not plastic where it's going to bend, possibly have a little bit of, imperfections. The casting is casting. It's going to be almost perfect every single time. So really like that. A little bit of an orange little decal spot there. Got Kyle Larson, got your race win stickers, B post decal. Go to the back end of the diecast, got HendrickCars.com, Camaro Z01. Now the striping on the rear bumper is not exactly perfect, but you know what? It is what it is. Get Valvoline there, number 5. Now, currently there's like 3 different ways to get this particular paint scheme. You can get it, well, I don't think you can get it individually at the time of this video. They might release it in the NASCAR Authentics line. Don't know for sure, because they usually do put the Hendrick Patriotic cars. So if that's the case, we might see that down the road. But with this paint scheme here, you can get it in the IndyCar 2-pack, which has Kyle Larson's IndyCar and his Cup car. I already did a diecast review on that. You can check that out if you'd like. It's really, really cool. Highly recommend it. So that's one way. You can get it in the 4-car set here. And I'm not sure, but there might be another variation. I haven't seen it, but I don't know. You never know. Sometimes they might have an exclusive promo or something. But I believe there's only 2 main variants at this time. Of course, this is before any possible NASCAR Authentics release. Go to the top of the diecast here. Got the number 5 once again, the orange, white, and blue. Like, if you just look at the diecast and just kind of like focus out and it's just a little bit blurry, it gives you a lot of Terry Labonte vibes. At least it does for me, man. And then you got Arrow McLaren with the H1100 Kyle Larson program, which is their buzzword for the IndyCar doubleheader. Larson, and then HendrickCars.com. So if you're a Kyle Larson fan and you're looking for this particular paint scheme, the one that we mentioned earlier in the video, that being the plain version, apparently it's actually drying up. So good luck finding it. If you do find it, pick it up, because from my understanding, that one is pretty difficult to get. Most of the time, this is probably going to be your selection with this car, which there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's fantastic. But if you're wanting the clean Brickyard 400 variant, at the time of this video, that's the only version of it, is the early release that came out in December 2023. So you can tap in with that and pick that one up if you see it. I'm like 99.9% sure it's sold out at Circle B. This set should still be available over there. You can get it in the diecast chassis or the plastic chassis variant. You can pick up the 4-car set. Highly recommend it, and it's one of the 2 ways you can get this particular paint scheme. They should still have the IndyCar 2-pack set. If they don't, you have this one at least as kind of a backdoor. I just thought about this a little bit, which is kind of interesting. The Kyle Larson 40th anniversary car is exclusive as well, which is really weird because Kyle Larson's one of the most popular drivers in NASCAR. I think statistically he is the 2nd or 3rd most popular in terms of merchandising. But they made this paint scheme, you can't just buy it in the Gold Series individually. And you can't get the 40th anniversary one, which we're going to show real quick. Let me grab the box set. This one right here is what I'm talking about. You can't get this one either. The Hendrick Cars paint scheme from this one. So that's 2 different diecasts from Kyle Larson that you can't get individually unless you get it in the Authentics line. But I just kind of find it a little bit interesting, though. A super popular driver, and they're basically making it like a exclusive diecast, and that kind of makes me wonder, will we see more of that? Because Chase Elliott even had an exclusive paint scheme in 2024, that being the Illumar car from the NASCAR Winter Circle Advent Calendar line. So is this a trend we're going to see? Very, very popular drivers getting more exclusives? If you really think about it, it's kind of genius, because it convinces people to go and buy a 4-pack set like this if you have an exclusive diecast, right? It convinces people to go buy the IndyCar 2-pack set, which I did. I was like, look, I want this Larson diecast, dadgummit. And I also wanted the IndyCar one as well. But my point is, I would not be surprised this is something we see more of in the future, kind of a creative marketing thing, putting a very popular driver's paint scheme kind of behind a 4-pack to help convince people to buy it. I think it's, it's good for the industry. So kind of curious to see what they'll do with that. But that's 3 paint schemes at least between Elliott and Kyle Larson from 2024 that you had to get from a exclusive pack. Interesting. That's all for now. Diecast Buffet. Signing off. Have a blessed one.